One priority, and then we've talked about this, is to have a date night every week.
Yes.
Okay. You and your wife, you and your husband have a date night every week and determine what that means for you and do it. But then when you throw in another couple into the mix, and when you come and say, hey, I talked to so-and-so and we're going to go out, my first reaction is like,
no, why did you do this?
Because now I have to get outside my comfort zone. Now, we've moved a lot. And because of that, I think maybe I've developed some social anxiety, but I think I've gotten better at this as we've moved. And I love the friends we've made everywhere that we've been.
Yeah.
But I especially love the friends that we've made where we are now. But it hasn't been easy. It's not easy for me. So those of you that, know where we live and have gone out with us, it's never been easy for me to go out with you. But every single time, I've loved it.
It's always been worth it.
And it always connects us more too.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, I think part of it is because it gives you a new experience as a couple.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that's one of the fun things about it. It's like when you're thinking about who you already know as a couple or who you would like to get to know and have become your friends, you can say, let's find new friends that have something in common with us. Because it will be fun to connect and bond on those things that are similar. And at the same time, it would be awesome to say, you know what, let's go out with a couple that maybe we don't think we have things in common with them, that maybe they're so different that they are going to expand our experience as a human because they are going to talk about things that we've never talked about.
I think that's a great point, right?
Yes.
Because it opens your perspective and gives you insight into other people's lives because perspective is limited, right? The only thing that's real to me is what I experience.
Yeah.
And I make a lot of assumptions about how other people live because, well, that's what I would do or that's how I would live. And you see them and you just kind of assume that they have a similar kind of relationship. And then you realize,
whoa,
every single time it's different.
Yes.
And it's different in good ways. It's, rarely do we go out with a couple and think, oh, well, that's crazy. Right? It has happened. Not where we live now, but it has happened in the past.
Yeah.
And, that's very rare. But even those opportunities, you have to kind of be careful with those too. Because you might go out with another couple and then afterwards you're like, I'm glad we're not like that. Right? Or you kind of gossip about them. And I think couples talk about everything, right? So you're always going to judge the experience to some degree. But to have, and maybe this is part of what we are helping you with and recommending, is that even if you have an experience that is super different than what you're used to, look for the good in that experience and how it can help you as a couple to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's such a good point.